What kind of lessons, if you look back, had the industry learned over the recent years? And we touched a little bit on how, how to sell. But if you look zooming further out, what?
This industry has gone through a myriad of inflection points, changes, right? You had the tariff wars. Prior to that, you had just economic slumps. Then you had the pandemic, the supply chain crisis. One of the things companies have got to be is resilient, right? I know that salespeople have to be resilient. That's a key thing. You have to adapt to change, right?
Yeah.
Because, the war in Ukraine came and you said, okay, and then we were going to have a sales meeting with a select group of people in Israel in November. Well, that's not going to happen. Now there's a war in Israel, right? So you've got to adapt to change. We were going to educate a new group of young people on a new product category. So what are we going to do now? How are we going to pivot from that event? And then if you look even more forward, highlighted at this recent ECIA conference was the role that AI might play in the way we sell, in the way we communicate. When we were listening to that a little bit and we step back, there's a much greater impact it can have. I mean, folks are a little nervous with like ChatGPT and stuff like that because, because it's a public domain and anything you put into it is now public. But there's also a paid version that can go behind your firewall that one can use and maybe enhance your collection of information to questions by customers. I think that AI will have a big impact on how we take reams of technical information and kind of funnel it down so that it's just like a point to answer the questions to help the person. It's sort of what they're doing with, the viruses, and all the ways they when you go to the doctor and, you've got a cold, he gives you a general anesthesia to help you out. And they're working to figure out today how to make that like precision just for the exact virus you have. I think you step back and say, customers come in with questions and we give them lots of answers that are general that maybe doesn't answer their specific question. With the right embedded AI behind the scenes, we may be better to rally the information and be more precise in our answers. That is then, as an engineer sitting there, more value, right?
Yeah.
And then it says, that's really what I wanted to know. All the other stuff was baloney. I didn't really care about that, but, it was good. So I think that's going to be a big part of the future in our industry. It's coming. It's got a little bit of time to mature, right? Let's not say that it will be here in a year, but if you're looking out 3 years, I think this will be a bigger part of all of our company's equations on how to enhance that value to customers, right? I mean, that's what we're looking for. How do we improve our value in selling? So.
Yeah, and then that goes back to what we talked about in the beginning, right? With the value adding. So being able to do that is also going to help that engineer looking for, to solve their challenge, right? So the faster and the more efficient you can do it, it solves it, and they will be happy.
It boils down to what problem are we solving for the engineer, right? If we can figure that out, right, we've added value.
Then we're happy. Then you can sleep again. No, but you said I'll keep you up at night, right? If you like Mind Innovation, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share the show wherever you get your podcast. You can follow Sannah and Mind Innovation on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And make sure to check out mindinnovation.com. Stay curious and keep learning. See you next time.